Svetasvatara Upanisad, the sit-down teaching of the white mule that carries a cross, Chapter 5, Devakshare Brahmapare Tavanante Vidya Vidya Nehite Yatra Guda Kasaram Tava Vidya Yamrtam Tu Vidya 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 Isata Yastu Sonia. The two, knowledge and ignorance, in which higher than absoluteness beyond limitations, in are hidden. The cause of the world, ignorance, the cause of immortality, knowledge, and he who, again, has the knowledge and the ignorance governed, he is separate. Even though a person can say that evil and ignorance were not created, it's still within the final governance of deity to yonim adeteshtatyako visvane rupane yonischa sarva rashim prasutam kapilam yastamangre jnanayurbibarte Jayamanam Chapasyat. He is without second, and when we say he, him, his, we're not saying that deity is limited by the whole male thing. Is everywhere, in every being, all forms or colors are his, and he controls every source of origin. He who's firstborn, all-knowing, brown in color, fills him with knowledge, saw him being born. Ekaekam jalam bahuda vikurva nasmin kshatre Samharatyasha Deva Bhuya Searchtava Pateyastathasa Sarvadepatyam Kurute Mahatma. This shining one, greater than any field of consciousness, in this field, respectively, nets in the diverse forms and spreads out and destroys as the controller again the presiders of the different worlds as before, creating the overlordship. He asserts. Sarva desa urdhva medascha tiryak prakasayan brajate yadvana dvan evam sadevu bhagavan varenyo Yonis vabhavanadetishtatyeka. Just as the sun, above and below and on all sides and in all directions, gives light to and shines in the same way, the Divine Personality is the object of worship, and he's the same God as the cause of the control. Ya cha svabhavam pachate visvayonih pachyamscha sarvan paranamayad yah sarvam tad visvameditishtatyako gunamscha sarvan vinayojayad yah is causing everything, gives everything its character, helping everything attain maturity. He alone in this world controls, and with the qualities he provides. Tad Veda Guhyopanishatsu Gudam Tad Brahma Vedate Brahmayonim Ye Purvadeva Rashayascha Tad Viduste Tanmaya Amrata Vahe. And the most secret sit-down teaching of the scriptures, it's hidden, the absolute, and that cosmic absolute knows. The early light beings, the sages, also knew him. They, having come one with him, become immortal. And a lot of people are going to say, well, we don't see the mention of this name by that time. It's like, it's not about one language or another, people, or about one form that manifests or another. Gunan veyoyah pala karma karta tasya tasya eva sa chopa bhokta sa visvarupastregunastrivartma pranadepa sancharate svakaramabeh. He's associated with modes. The individual self thinks he's a doer, that he does something, and it bears fruit, and that he bears the fruit of what it does. He, as a result, does bear the fruits of results. He's seen in many forms because of his work associated with the three modes, treading three paths, controlling the 5 vital breaths. According to his work, he lives his life. I don't remember all those ones, the up breath and the down breath and the in breath and the out breath, and something like that, right? Angushtamatra ravetuya rupa sankalpa hankara samanvitoya buddher gunanatma gunanachaiva aragramatropya parope darshta. He's as small as a thumb, bright as the sun, distinguished by his own will and ego, also an intellect and a sense of having a body as fine as the point of an owl, AWL, like kind of like when you poke a hole in leather, as separate from the cosmic self, also felt for certain. Valangra sata bhagasya satada kalpitasya cha bhago jiva savijneya sachanantyaya kalpate. This individual self is 100th part, the end of the hair, may be divided again by 100, and the same individual self is again infinite. A 10,000th of the width of a hair. But then, this huge, the body's so big by comparison. Naiva stri na pumanashana chaivayam na pumsaka yadyachari ramadate tenna sarakshyate. This isn't female, it's not male, it's not neuter either. Whatever it assumes, it's known by the same. People talk about how they're an alien and all that. It's just partial realization of this, Sankalpanas parsanadrshtim mohaye rangrasambuvrashtyatma vivrande janma karmanuganyandu kramena dehi sataneshu rupanya besamprapanyate. The individual self with the consciousness of a body intakes food and drink. It determines its birth and growth, and thought, and touch and looking, and attachment or delusion regarding different beings to the degree of his attachment according to his behavior is the forms he attains. So really the whole idea of reincarnation is hell. Satulane sukshmane bahune chaiva rupane dahi svagunairnote kriya gunairatma gunaischa tasham samyuga heturaparo pedrashta. The individual self, for reasons of past actions, the obvious and subtle, the various forms that are assumed, and they're because of the past work and mental qualities also. The same self assumes what appears to be a different individual. Anadyanantam kalilasya madhya visvasya srashtaramane karupam visvasyayakam parivistitaram jnatva devam vuchyate sarvapasa. Without beginning or end, in the mysterious depths, the Creator manifests the different forms, envelops the world as the one shining, having known, becomes free from all balance. And, all other shining ones, well, they're just manifestations of the power, just like all other beings are manifestations of that divine power. And they have no power except what that being has allowed. Bhavagrahyamanidakhyam bhavakaram sivam kalasargakaram devamya veruste jahustanam. Perceptible only with the mind, in purity, without a form, causing creation and destruction, source of all that's good, creator of the organs, the luminous, those who know, give up their bodies. Well, we should all give up our bodies for itself, right? Ete Svetasvatara Upanisad Panchamo Dhyayah. Here ends the 5th chapter of the white steed that carries a cross. Sit down teaching.